The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome in to another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on all the social media platforms I have linked down below. That way, if there's a band, song, video, something you want me to check out, question you have for me, you can hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments below. If you are going to hit me up with a DM, please, no spamming. Unless it's actual spam. And then there's my mailing address down there as well in the links. If you are going to leave it in the comments below, do me a favor, become a concurpa. That is a Sherpa that concurs. Join the I Concur Army. The ICA is worldwide. It is growing and it is popping up everywhere. I see it on other social media sites. I see it on other reactors channels. I know exactly who you are. Thank you very much. It shows me you're paying attention and we're having fun with it. So join the I Concur Army. All you have to do is give the comments a cursory glance. If you see your suggestion has already been made, all you have to do is leave a like on that comment and reply with I Concur. That will help my old burnout resin-coated DJ brain put everything into a nice little organized list, and I can put it into the handy-dandy notebook. I can just go through and say this has this many replies, this has this many replies. You see how it works? Sorry, man. Also, another opportunity to get your suggestion to me every Wednesday and Saturday, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. respectively. We go live, the Wyldeside live streaming 2 hours of fun and frivolity from the east side of Music City. The only rule we have is no politics, no religion. Other than that, we sit around and have fun. The last one we did was basically 2 hours of movie soundtracks and why they don't care about movie soundtracks anymore. So it's a great opportunity to just sit down, hang out for a couple hours, and just chat and have fun and get away from all of the madness that is normally social media and the world. So 2 hours, Wednesday, Saturday, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., respectively. Before we get into today's video, I do want to say thank you to Connect 200, Music to See, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter, proud sponsors of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. Today's video is coming from the live stream. Our moderators, Ruthless Biscuit and Volte, have said, hey, man, I'm doing everyone else's suggestions. They have a suggestion for me. So today we're going to check out a track from Century Child, Nightwish. This is for Volte and Tria, Ruthless Biscuit. Sweetie, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're recovering. Again, take your time. You are not obligated to me. I want you healthy. I want you happy. So my heart and my prayers and my thoughts are with you, Tria. So thank you very much. And today's video is Nightwish, Beauty of the Beast. It's a lyric video. From what I understand, there's only 2 live recordings and the audio isn't that good. So today we're going to check out Beauty of the Beast, the lyric video, Nightwish from the album Century Child. Let's check it out. This is 3 parts, right? Okay. Again, you are my Sherpas. Let me know everything I need to know about it down below and become a concurpa. Mike Oldfeld. know I don't normally do this, but I know this is probably fading out, but I want to hear something again. I want to hear something again. That the subtlety is brilliant. So I said subtly brilliant. The way that he gently increases the dominance of the low end humming, that part of it, while everything else is happening, these beautiful, wonderful colors are happening with her vocals, with the instruments. Right below it is this wonderfully and magnificent, subtle impendingness. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what I'm going to say about it. It starts widening out. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm gonna let it go out here. But there it is, right there. That's what's leaving. Brilliant. Just foundationally brilliant. The way that that's constructed from beginning to end. It starts with one color and then it ends with another color, but they blend. So yeah, there you go. That is Beauty of the Beast, Nightwish, the lyric video. I want to thank Ovidiu Constantine. I will make sure you are linked down below. That is a lot to unpack. And when it got to the Dead Boy line, that's when it confirmed what I'd been writing down. So there's a lot really to take in here with this track. This is from Century Child, and again, I'm relying on all of my concurpas to fill me in down below with everything I need to know or something I am mistaken about. So I am relying on y'all for that added information. But if I'm not mistaken, and again, thank you to Tria and Valte, the mods for the Wyldeside Live. Thank you very much for that suggestion. That was great. 3 parts, Beauty of the Beast, Century Child. Again, if I am mistaken, please correct me down below. But this is earlier than Dead Boy's Poem, Ghost Love Score, things like. So this is earlier than that. And musically, what I'm hearing, I want to talk musically first because that's probably the least complicated part of this song. Oh my goodness, man. This is a very, very well done. I always give Tuomas Holopainen the credit with being able to take something so individual and so unique and create a universality with it. And the brilliance of it is, I'm leaving this up for a reason. That's 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Did not feel that way. That's how you know a song is well put together, well sung, well played, well written, well constructed. That's how you know the genius of the people behind what you're hearing, is that it's 10 minutes, 21 seconds. Didn't even notice it. Didn't even notice it. You weren't counting time. You weren't, this is one of those compositions that you know it's going to end, but you don't care when, right? So this is really, what I'm seeing here is a template. This is sort of a template, I think, for what comes later with the Dead Boys Poem, Greatest Show, Poet and the Pendulum, Ghost Love Score. I'm seeing thematic, not just lyrically, but musically as well. So musically, the song is absolutely brilliant in its familiarity that you can't find. All right, so like the beginning of the song opens, it's dripping Mike Oldfield. And I think I said that, Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. Because when you're talking about progressive symphonic rock, there are certain tones that you're expecting to hear coming from the band. And Tuomas is so good at understanding the source of the tone, but not replicating the tone. So it's a familiarity that you can't put your finger on. Even though I said tubular bells, it's not. It's definitely not. But you're hearing it build from the beginning. So it starts with those lighter colors, and it starts with the whites and the light greens and the yellows, and it starts to weave itself through into this wonderful, almost a deceptively trap-like emotional state. And then everything starts kicking in with the heavier foundational tones and the heavier foundational colors. So the bass and the drums, and I believe that's Kai on the drums. The drums are really the heartbeat of this track. They're really pulling the song along. And because Kai is able to make the right changes at the right time, whether it's tempo, whether it's intensity, or whatever the case may be, his changes are perfect, because they're able to thread together the three parts of the song, and you're not missing. There's three parts to the song, but you're hearing it in its entirety. Does that make sense? A lot of times, the changes that occur between the parts will delineate a tone shift, a sound shift, some kind of shift will happen in those parts and in the interchange of the parts. And what's really good about Tuomas and the band is that they're able to connect the three parts musically, lyrically, and tonally. They're able to string all three of them together. So that's why the song doesn't feel 10 minutes. Because if it were one part, two part, three part, you would feel it because you have time to settle in between parts. Here you don't have that. You have a really great woven, structured, foundational tone that her vocals are also providing those brighter colors and tones as well. And her vocals are making the connections between the earthier, the more foundational tones that are coming through. Her vocals weave themselves into that foundation. So it's almost, and I've described Nightwish this way before, as a blooming flower on a battlefield. You're surrounded by a cacophonous, very impending, very heavy sound, but in the middle of it is this wonderful beauty, this wonderful color that's highlighting almost an aura around the overall tone of the song. So it's brilliant the way that they're able to do that. And what I really like about this track, there's a part in here where Empu is playing his solos. And again, man, I will finish my days with the opinion that little dude is in the top 10 modern guitar players in the world. Look, this guy captures any tone. Any tone. It's amazing how brilliant and effortless he's able to capture a folk tone, a metal tone, a prog tone, a blues tone. I've heard probably 9 different types of sounds coming from Empu's guitar. And they're perfect every time. They're better. When I listen to him, I say, that sounds like this. So what I'm saying is, okay, in this song in particular, right during his solos, in my brain, Still of the Night by Whitesnake. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing not the song, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I wasn't hearing the song Still of the Night. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a tone captured with the strings, the orchestral side, with the guitar, with his vocals. There's a tone there that is very distinctively rock. It's very distinctively heavy. There's a bona fide to it where you say that is what it's supposed to sound like. That's what I love about Empu, because when he plays his guitar, you say, that's what it's supposed to sound like. When Tuomas, I always tell people this, when I do I do commercial production and I do imaging and things where I have to create things in audio. I have to put together sound effects and music beds and things like that. So I paint it in my head first. I hear it in my head first. How do I want it to sound? And then the hard part is, how do I then make it happen? So Tuomas is sitting there saying, in my head, I have a certain tone I need that to fit this very specific, very unique sound I have in my head that is forming this entire idea. Hey, can you do this? Nails it. It's got to be freeing and quite liberating as an artist to know that you have drummer, bass player, guitar player, vocalist. Everybody is able to take what you have in your head and put it out there so brilliantly tight. There's a pocket they're in this groove. It's just really a great song from beginning to end. Now, lyrically, again, I said this is going to be probably, it's difficult, but it's not. It's a very complicated messaging of emotion is what I was reading. I wrote down violent heartbreak. I was getting violent heartbreak, angry love, right? These are the words I wrote down. 5 stages of lost love, I think we experienced in that song. And the lyric, I want to go back to this. I want to go back to something here specific. Right here. All of my songs can only be composed of the greatest of pains. Every single verse can only be born of the greatest of wishes. I wish I had one more night to live. When I said the 5 stages of heartbreak, this is a man coming to terms with his kryptonite. We all have kryptonite. We all have that person. If they call, we answer. Right? And it's always going to end in heartbreak. It always is. It's the Jay Giles, you love her, she loves him, he loves somebody else, you just can't win. And I was seeing the 5 stages of heartbreak, the 5 stages of a grieving heart. Not grief as in a loss of someone, but a heartbreak. And you have to go through these stages. You have to go through this, she's going to call, it's going to happen. There's the hope, there's the denial, there's all of it involved, and then it comes down to the acceptance of it, that I'm not going to, I'm only guessing here, and I could be completely wrong. Is this about like him and Tarja? Is that what this is? Is this, because I wrote down making someone sing a song about themselves. It's the Fleetwood Mac dig, right? It's like you just wrote a song and had her sing it about herself. And if she's smart and read the lyrics like I did, I mean, this is a very deep, very visceral, there's anger here, right? There is anger involved. Not hate, but this is a very emotionally driven lyric song. So and when it got to the point where he said "Dead Boy," that's when I was convinced. Okay, this song is about Tuomas, and if it's about Tuomas with lyrics like this, what could it be about? Well, thinking about what everyone's told me about the band, I'm thinking this is about him realizing he can't have the person he wants. So he's expressing his dealing with this through these lyrics. And I find it just absolutely incredible that he writes these lyrics and it's like, oh, hey, sing this about you. Sing this song from me to you. Like, that's just an incredibly personal and like I said, very visceral, just crazy connection. So when I got to the Dead Boy part, talking about the puppets and talking about the poets, and, this verse stood out for me, and I started to put everything together, and it was like, wow, dude, that is lyrically a complicated, not complicated to sing like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's not what I'm saying is in complicated. I'm saying complicated as in, dude, that's like, you just made her sing that about her and you. I can see why there was not animosity, but I could see why there would be not drama. I guess drama. would be what I'm looking for. But I don't want to ascribe drama to it. I want to say that we've all experienced that. So he just happens to be the songwriter and composer for a symphonic metal band. But we've all experienced it. We've all wanted what we can't have. I'm dealing with it myself right now. So I relate to that absolutely completely. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound redundant. But that was a great track. Great track. And again, musically, I think what I was hearing was the template for what would be to come. So very well done. Really good to hear the roots, the source of what I have been making my way through thanks to my Nightwish concurpas that I have. But it's really good to hear that source. That was good because it kind of made a few connections for me with them. So now I'm feeling a little bit more versed with the machinations of the band outside of the performances, of the concerts, of the reactions and things like that. So thank you, Tria. Thank you, Valte. That was suggested by the mods that moderate our live stream every Wednesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. respectively. It is the Wyldeside Live, another opportunity for you to get your suggestions, your requests to me, ask me your questions, whatever it may be. Again, make sure you're following me on all the social media and you're subscribed to the channel. So if you do have suggestions for songs, videos you want me to check out, hit me up with a DM, leave it in the comments below. Thank you, of course, to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to my ICA. The I Concur Army is worldwide growing, and I love every single one of you. I don't know. I have to meet some of you, I guess. But no, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much to all the Concurpas for letting me know down below everything I need to know about what it is I'm doing. Thank all of you for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wyldeside.